Hello, my name's Professor Brett Davies. So welcome to this edition of Prudence, Sagacity and Wisdom, as we call our magazine. Well, in this Supreme Court case that we're lucky to stumble over, and it hasn't played out yet, but poor old dead dad died at 84 years of age. And instead of leaving everything to his son, as perhaps his son would have liked, the deceased father left everything to other children, not his own children, but to other children who were disadvantaged. And what he did, he instructed his solicitor to hunt down worthy charities. Now, according to the son, his father had instructed the lawyer to only, quote unquote, benefit disadvantaged and disabled children. But of course, if you speak to any lawyers who have prepared up charities over the years, and I've prepared up a lot of constitutions for charities and things, your objects are normally a lot wider than your core product. So your core product might be looking after disadvantaged children or terminally ill children, but you might add other things on. So the charities that were getting bits and pieces from the dead dad's will also benefited, under the objects of the trust, Torres Strait Islanders, ethnic groups, and people with chronic illnesses. People as in not necessarily children, but adults with chronic illnesses. Most charities are couched in similar terms. They don't just have it going to children. This is an interesting approach this young lad has done in order to try and challenge the will. Normally, a kid would say, look, Dad didn't benefit me sufficiently and I want to rewrite the will. He just said that I think that Dad didn't get what he wanted. Now, if the son is successful in the Supreme Court, and I'll let you know when this case is handed down, wouldn't hold your breath, some of these matters go for a few years, but in this case, the will still be valid. It's just that gift will not work, in which case there'll be an intestacy, no will for that particular part of the groups of gifts, and therefore will remain or go to the next of kin, the son, I would presume, under a statutory will, because every state has a statutory will. So a lot of men will not want to produce wills because they don't want to tempt fate, but they're tempting fate because if they die without a will, the government will give them a will. Now, there's a second approach the young lad is trying, and that is that he's saying that Dad did not command the English language sufficiently in order to know what he's signing. Now, this is a different argument, because if the boy was to win on this, then the will is completely thrown out, because Dad, if he did not have the knowledge, then the will's invalid, completely invalid. So it's another good argument. And obviously if it's completely invalid, then a statutory will no doubt leave everything to the next of kin, which I would presume to be the boy. We don't know because it's not, those details are not in the writs and the court hasn't come out. Now, there are questions that you can ask which stop these attacks, and I've put them in our paper, and have a look. When you build your wills, whether it be 3-generational testamentary trust, superannuation testamentary trust, asset protection trust, you can build all these documents on our law firm's website. You will get these questions, and these questions, when answered, like, do you have children outside the relationship? What do you want to do here? These questions, which I've put into the blog, will actually reduce the chance of this happening again. So be very careful when you're drafting wills. Make sure you draft your wills with a lawyer. Now, if you go online and build your documents, then you will get direct access to our law firm's website. Be careful using a website which is not owned by a law firm. So if you're building a legal document not on a law firm's website, then you've got to ask whether you're still getting access to that law firm's professional indemnity insurance. Do you get a letter signed by a partner of the law firm? You do when you generate and build a document on our website. So enjoy this wonderful case. I'll let you know how it goes, and make sure that you draft your wills carefully on our website to make sure this doesn't happen to you.